What's up, y'all? My name is John Hart. I'm an artist whose music mostly falls somewhere in the indie country space. I recently left Nashville for some peace and solitude in the country because I kind of felt like Nashville was trying to force me into a box that's not authentically me. So if you're someone craving authenticity and you don't really know where to find it, you're in the right place. I'm really glad that you're here. My goal with these videos is to be transparent about what it looks like to pursue something that you're passionate about and to provide something of value that exists outside of the standard highlight reel of social media. In this video, I'm going to give you a little bit of what life out here looks like and then give you the studio tour. So hope you enjoy it. Again, thanks for being here. Let's get into it.
Love me sweetly when I'm not easy, but you don't have to stay when I'm up, such a downer, a leaving towner. Oh, will you love me anyway? Oh, will you love me anyway? Oh, will you love me anyway?
Starting off the day with a little coffee. My guy Landon Hunt came down early this week. He was here Monday afternoon through midday Wednesday. Landon does my booking as well as play guitar for me sometimes. He's a great friend, an incredible guitar player, and we just hung out, worked on stuff for a couple days, and really productive. Got a lot of cool stuff done. We ended up recording a cover song and doing a video for it, and hopefully we'll get that out to y'all in like the next week or so. So pretty excited about that. Alright, so going to give you the little studio tour, the off-grid studio tour. It's not much, but it's mine. And I will say this, I am so, hey, come on in. I'm so thankful just to have like a room set aside. I kind of mentioned this in, I think it was the Why I Left Nashville video. But I kind of mentioned how what Nashville looked like for me in order to have my own space was like a really, really small kind of mother-in-law cottage, and it was split between like an open floor kitchen, living room, dining room, and then my bedroom was tucked away in the back. So like I had all my stuff just cramped there, but it wasn't just music stuff, it was like livable stuff. It just wasn't very efficient for having like a clean space that's like set aside specifically for work. So I have really, really enjoyed having this space. So we'll just start right here. This guitar is a prop because that's what you need in order to make things look cool and look official. So this guitar never gets played, but it does sit here and look pretty. This was already in here when I moved in, which I didn't really know what I was going to do with it, and it ended up working really well once I figured out how I was going to set the room up. So yeah, I keep my interface right here. It's a Scarlett, a Focusrite Scarlett, and it's got 8 inputs. I got this about a year ago, which is awesome because it's been necessary for me in recording drums, which has been great. It's also great when we do like acoustic stuff that we record live where we have 2 people singing and playing at the same time, because it's really easy to just like isolate that stuff at least as much as possible and get really good audio out of that. This is the computer. I need a new one soon, but it's working right now. I'm a Logic guy, so here's just a session that we have pulled up, something that I'm working on. And then extra snare drum here. Here's where I keep my picks, monitors, also of which I need to get new monitors at some point because one of these is busted, so I've been mixing on headphones. Got the in-ear monitors here. and the headphones that I use to mix some KRKs, which I like. If you are thinking about investing into some recording equipment and doing stuff out of your house, if you were to buy one microphone, this is the one that I would recommend. It's the Shure SM7B. I'd love it. My friends and I agree that it pretty much just sounds good on everything, at least to the point where you can make it work, but it sounds great on acoustic guitar. I personally really just love it for vocals because it's pretty, some people don't like this word, but it's pretty flat. Like there's not a whole lot going on in like the frequency range, I guess. And so like I like it because even in a room like this where I'm still figuring out how to pull some of the reverb out, it's really good about kind of like removing a little bit of that if you're close enough to the microphone. So I'm sure you've probably seen people podcast with this, and I really love it for just kind of having a jack of all trades mic. So that's the kind of console setup. One thing I run through the 7B and my 57 sometimes as a cloud lifter, it's just a gain boost that I like on some things, I don't like on everything, but it's nice if you need to get some extra volume. Keyboard, one thing that's important for me, this is like a headphone extension cable. So like if I'm recording drums, I can run it from the interface comfortably all the way to the drums. Here's the drum setup. Right now, I'm just pretty much running, so I've got 57s on the snare, the rack tom, the floor tom, and then I'm just using a 57 right now as an overhead. I've also got a condenser mic that I will run as an overhead. And then I've got, I think it's Beta 52 on the kick drum. And then this is where I keep my guitars. Like I just love so much the organization of this, and that there's not like, it's just, it makes me happy, and it makes the workflow so much better. But guitars, this is a 78 or 79 D18. This is my Larrivee. This is my baby that I got after I graduated high school that I really, really love. Matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and show these to you real quick so you can see what the gear is that I'm working with. That's not how you set a guitar down, especially an old one, just for reference, but some days I just choose to be an amateur. So this was my dad's, is my dad's technically still, but I've had it for a little while. That's what she looks like. So yeah, I mean, definitely cool. I mean, has some battle scars on it. And I use this, it's a little more kind of like woody sounding, like earthy, organic. It's punchy, but it's not like super bright. So I really like that on some like kind of folkier type stuff sometimes. This is the Larrivee, and I love this guitar, like so much so that I haven't ever wanted to get anything else. I'm not really one of those people that is always looking to acquire a bunch of different guitars and gear, but partly it's just because I love this guitar so much. It's super balanced and really punchy, and it just tends to work well for my style of playing, what I like. This is a cool little, it's like an inexpensive little Gretsch deal that I got. I actually got this just to take on the road with me, to have something that was easy to just like pull out if I was sitting in the back seat of my truck or I had to pull over to sleep somewhere. But it's got a cool like kind of vintage like plunky sound, which every now and then I like. And I think it looks cool in videos, to be honest. So it's a nice little $250 addition to the collection. This is the bass. Nothing incredibly special, just kind of a standard. All right, this is the mandolin. Haven't played it in a long time. I actually just got this from my brother last weekend. It needs to be like dusted off and tuned and restrung, but hopefully we'll get some good use out of this. And then this is the electric that I do play. It is a made in Mexico Telecaster, and really liked it. Played a lot of shows with it and taken it kind of across the country. So really enjoyed this guitar for not a lot of money. What you'll see, like I'll be honest, I do have like those. The acoustic guitars are the nicest part of my collection of instruments. The stuff with my electric is more of like get stuff that's, for me at least, good enough to get the job done, but like not gonna break the bank, because if I'm playing electric guitar, it's gonna be in a full band set, and so other people with nicer stuff that are playing with me are gonna kind of be able to kind of overshadow maybe some of the lack in like the really high-endness of my equipment. But I've just got a Blues Junior, and for the amp, I think the amp was like $350, and whoever had it changed the reverb out that was in it and made it like a little more springy, which I liked, because to be honest, some of the Blues Juniors I've played have felt muddy to me before, and this one was a little bit brighter, and I liked it, and I liked the guy who was selling it, so I think I got that off of Marketplace maybe. I've really enjoyed that amp, and it has served me well. And then this is the pedal board. Again, pretty simple. So a Boss delay pedal, a full drive pedal, which for a while I used the Boost for like solos and stuff, but it just made it too drivey, so I did get this Nobles booster pedal, and then I've got a tuner pedal. So really simple. Like I said, I'm not doing a whole bunch of crazy tone stuff. I kind of leave that to the guitar players who are playing with me, and it gets the job done for me, and it's just easy for me to navigate at this point. So yeah, that's the pedal setup. This is like a vocal wall thing that I made. It's basically like foam back here, and then I think those are 2x3s or 2x2s. It's really light and easy to transport and move around. So what it'll do is just kind of act as like a sound shield, so that in a room like this, it just provides like a wall, especially if I'm recording like vocals or guitar, to where it just kind of catches the frequencies and lets them not move all the way across the room. And then this, so I'm still working on the reverb and like the sound setup. I need to do something with these floors, but right now this is nothing fancy, but I do have some moving blankets that just kind of pulls a little bit of the sound off of the walls from just bouncing around. It could be better, but right now it helps and it gets the job done. So this is it. This is the studio setup. It's not much. It's pretty simple. I don't have a lot of like crazy expensive gear or anything. It's just made up of stuff I've accumulated over the last 3 or 4 years, and so far it's proving to be a really good and efficient space for just being creative and making stuff. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, your support in the form of a like or a comment or a subscription or sharing it with somebody, or all of them if you feel inclined, would be much appreciated. I'm trying to build something here that will allow me to keep doing this, and that hopefully will provide value to everybody who watches. If you haven't talked to God today, talk to Him. It won't hurt, I promise, and I will see y'all in the next one.